Hello everyone, welcome back to the last part of the series of webinar. So I am Dominic Salas. I'm also part of the Philippine Robotics team. I do teach coding and robotics, and I'm one of the EdTech coaches in Xavier School. So my topic is all about supporting product creation during online distance learning. So I'll be showing you how to create a basic 3D application or a basic 3D design using a free online simulation tool, which is Tinkercad. But before we start with my actual demonstration, I want to share with you the role of 3D modeling in supporting your students' output. So when we say 3D modeling, or what is the role of 3D modeling or 3D design? First is that students can observe features on 3D objects that are more difficult to visualize on paper or 2D formats. Students tend to appreciate the 3D models. Okay, so it's more students will be able to grasp what will be the output, or what is the actual image of an object, if it's 3D printed or if it's in 3D design. Also, 3D models also increased the accessibility of course material to non-visual learner, which means to say, if you have students or learners that they are not really good in they are not visual learner, so maybe you can use 3D designs for them to be able to catch up whatever your lesson is. Okay, and also making 3D models allows for creativity, or which means to say allows for creative thought and problem solving, where students develop new tool or product, and can be a collaborative activity that builds students teamwork skills. Nowadays we have different 3D modeling devices, 3D modeling apps, softwares that's free to access and free to use. So students tend to share their knowledge, share their works to their classmates and to other learners, so that later on they can build this creativity, they can build this teamwork skills. Okay. And to start with my demonstration, I'm going to use Tinkercad. And of course, as I mentioned a while ago, Tinkercad is a free online simulation tool. And why I choose this Tinkercad is simply because Tinkercad is by far the easiest 3D modeling tool available in the market or in internet right now. So it is entirely based in the cloud, which means to say you don't need to download, you don't need to upload, you don't need to install this application. As long as you have the internet connection, as long as you have the gadget, iPad or tablet or computer, you can actually do 3D modeling, 3D design using Tinkercad anywhere, at your own time, at your own pace. So I'll be showing you my screen. It's already here. So as you can see in my screen, we have the environment of Tinkercad. So for you to be able to join me, so make sure that you're in tinkercad.com. All you need to do is open your browser. So recommended browser is Firefox and Chrome. So just type in the URL address. It's www.tinkercad.com. Okay, and after that, once you have the environment of Tinkercad, maybe you can just create your new account, a personal account. So you just click join now. But if you have your account already, then you simply click sign in. So since I do have my account already, so I'll just choose sign in, and then I will sign in using my Google account. Okay, so and yep, so here I'm going to use my robotics.dominic@gmail.com account. Okay, so let's just wait for the Tinkercad to load, and there you go. So the next environment that you'll see is the dashboard of Tinkercad, wherein you can choose the different features of Tinkercad, wherein you can see here in my computer, in my screen, you have the 3D designs, which will be discussed later on. We have also the circuits. This is used when you want to create basic circuits, coding and robotics. Also, we have the code blocks. This is new. We have also the lessons, which means to say that you can create your Tinkercad account using, let's say, a teacher account, and also ask your students to create their student account, and then you just need to give the class code. It's like a Google Classroom, which was discussed by Mr. Franco Adun, okay, during the first part of the webinar. And also you can see here the tweets, the latest tweets and trends about Tinkercad, and of course about Tinkercad support, follow, and the Autodesk. Okay, so let's begin to our demonstration on how can we use Tinkercad to create basic 3D design objects. Okay, so again, you need to select the 3D designs here, and of course you need to click the create new design. Okay, while waiting, I'm going to show you the design that we need to follow, that we need to create. So I actually made this design yesterday night. So this is a camera. Okay, this is a 3D camera. Okay, so it's made using the Tinkercad application. Okay, so yeah, so here is the Tinkercad environment. As you can see here, it's very easy and simple environment. Okay, so on the upper right or upper left corner of my screen, you can see the Zwanky Elzing. This is actually the name or the file name of your Tinkercad design. So we can change that. For us to be able to change the file name, we just simply double click and then we can retype our file name. Okay, so for example, this is our first 3D design. Okay, and then you just simply press enter key in your keyboard. Okay, so you can see now the file name is changed to first 3D design. The next thing to do is let's familiarize with the environment of Tinkercad. So you can see here that you can actually duplicate or copy your Tinkercad design. Okay, so copy, and of course if you want to copy, you can paste up, and of course you can duplicate, you can delete, you can redo and undo your designs. Also here, these are the disabled functions, icons. You can see later on the different functions of these icons once we're doing the actual 3D modeling design. Okay, and you can also import from your computer, local computer, and you can also export the file that you're doing here in Tinkercad, and later on if you want to 3D print your file, then you can do that also. So I'll be showing you how to export and what are the different extension names or file names that you can use if you export your 3D design. And for collaboration, you can add your learners, your classmates, your teammates later on. Okay? You can send your design to people also. Okay, and here these are the actual shapes available in Tinkercad. So these are just the basic shapes. Okay, you can choose. We have here different shapes: the text and numbers, characters, connectors, OSMI Hangout, and of course we have a lot more here. So it's up to you to navigate later on. Okay, so let's just use the basic shapes available in Tinkercad. And on my left screen, we have here the navigation icon. So I'm actually holding my left click in my mouse, so you can see that my work plane is actually moving. So this is how you navigate later on your Tinkercad design. The home, and of course the recenter, the zoom in and zoom out. Okay, and then of course the switch to perspective view. Moving on, let's now create a basic 3D model. So what we're going to do is actually create a basic camera, a 3D model of a camera. So this one, okay, you can see a digital camera here. So again, you can use this icon to navigate the 3D object, or also you can use the right click of your mouse to navigate. Okay, all right. And now I think we are ready to design our camera, our 3D camera. So first thing to do is to, of course, let's check our camera. As you can see here, we have the shape. I think this is a square shape. Okay, so we need to add a box. This one is a box. Okay, you simply select the box or select the 3D object that you want to put in your work plane and then drop it. Okay, so this is our box, and then the next thing to do is to resize. We have options on how are we going to resize our 3D design. So it's the manual thing. You simply select the point and then you simply drag push or pull it. Okay, so you can see in my screen right now. Okay, and also we have the you may type the exact size. For example, this one is 20. I can change this and make it 25, and here I can make it let's say 75. So yeah, so that's it. So you can manually resize your 3D design, or you can actually just simply type your desired size. Okay, so going back to our design, you can see there is an actual radius here, or smooth edge. So let's try to add. Okay, to recenter everything, by the way, you can select the 3D object and use your left click. Okay, in your mouse, you hold the left click and then you simply move your 3D design. Okay, and of course, since there's there's a radius or smooth edge, so maybe we can use here the cylinder. This one is the cylinder, and then drop it here. There you go. And let's just make sure to follow the size of our first object, which is the box. So we can manually type it. Okay, so I think this is 25. There you go. So yeah, so I think we can now group the two objects. On how to do that, so you simply select the two objects, and then you can see here in my upper right corner the Control G. You can press Control G in your keyboard, or you simply click this icon for it to be able to group the two objects. Now, since we're able to group it, you can see that the color will be changed and it will become red. Okay, so Command Z for the meantime, since we need to duplicate this cylinder, making sure that the other edge or the other part of our cube or box is similar to the right part of our box. So let's just copy. So select the 3D object. You can simply duplicate it or copy paste. This one is duplicate, so you can duplicate and then just move the cylinder here. There you go, you can see now, and make sure it's proportion. All right, I think this is okay, looking good. Now we can select the whole thing, the three 3D objects, and we can just simply press Ctrl G in our keyboard to group these three 3D objects. Now you can see that I have a smooth edge in my back. So let's resize our box. Select the box, and then again you can manually resize, or you can just type the size. Maybe let's say it's 30. Okay, so that's how you combine or group 3D objects, and how can you resize using manual and using the exact, if you want to the exact measurement, then you simply type the value. Okay, so going back to our camera, you can see here there's a black color here. Then let's just follow. Maybe we can duplicate this thing. Let's make sure first we need to change the color, so make it black for the min. Yeah, it's black. Yeah, and then let's duplicate this 3D design. So again, to duplicate, you simply press in your keyboard Control D, or use this icon, duplicate, and then resized. You can see now it's resizing, and let's change the color and make it lighter one. Okay, and then of course you can see that it covered our first 3D object, which is the black. So maybe we can resize this one. So select the object, and then maybe we can type 23, and then this one, maybe it's 93 also. There you go. Now you can see our the sign. So we need to recenter everything. Okay, so let's just check our 3D design here. There, so there's a space at the bottom. So let's move this black 3D design here just a little bit. Now I think it's okay. And then let's recenter everything, making sure that it's proportion. Then we can select everything, box select. Okay, just like that. Or in individual selection, you simply click the first object and then hold your shift key in your keyboard and then select the other object. So once selected, you can now realign the 3D object. So to do that, you can press in your keyboard the letter L, or this icon. Simply select the icon, press it, and then you can see there are several points here. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to perfectly what do you call this one, perfectly rearrange and then recenter everything. So I'm going to choose this center. There you go. You can see it's actually centered. And we have also here other one there. So it's actually recenter now. Okay, and we can move now the 3D model. We can move it just a little bit down here. There you go. Let's check our sample here. Yes, so I think it's okay. And the next part is going back here. You can see, let's just resize this higher. There you go. I think, yeah, this is 57. And you can see here, guys, there's a cut in here. Okay, so let's just cut. Okay, so to do that, we need to add another 3D object, which is the box. Okay, here, and then resized. And then, yeah, we can manually resize it. And then let's move our 3D object at the top of our first 3D design. Okay, moving it. Yeah, so you can see, let's move it. There you go. You can actually use your keyboard to move your 3D objects. Yeah, just making sure it's proportional. You can move it, lower bit. Let's check our shape here, our sample design here. I think it's at the center. Okay, I think it's, yeah. So I think this is okay already. And now make sure that everything will overlap the first 3D design. There you go. And to cut the object, we need to make this 3D object a hole or a transparent. So you select the 3D object and then press hole here, this one. And then you can see it's already transparent here. Okay. And of course, once done, you can now group the two objects. Again, select the first object, hold your shift key, and then select the next object. And then after that, we need to group. You simply press Ctrl G, or you can select the icon here. And then you can see now it's already, the design is already the same with our sample camera 3D design. Okay, so let's check our sample design here. Yeah, so it's already the same. There you go. And you can see there are two cylinder. The one is smaller. Okay, so let's try to do that also. So let's add a cylinder here. Okay. Yep. So cylinder. And resize the cylinder. Okay. Maybe this is like 12 by 12. This is a smaller one. And then let's make sure to recenter this. Okay. And then lower. Okay. So resized. There you go. We'll change the color later on. Okay. So going back to our camera sample, it's smaller, and then another cylinder here, quite bigger. So we can just duplicate the cylinder here. Okay. And then resize. So duplicate and then moved. I'm using my arrow key and then resized. Maybe this is 15 by 15. There you go. And then let's use our keyboard arrow keys. There you go. So yeah, let's check. Yeah, I think it's the same already. Just a little bit higher here. There. And of course, let's change the color. Select the 3D object and then change the color. Also this one, sorry. There you go. So I think we have the first part of the body of our 3D camera here. And the next thing to do is, of course, we have the red thing here. Okay, that's the signal that the camera is recording, whatever. Yeah, so let's try to add the red thing there. So another cylinder, just simply drag and drop, resized. Maybe that is 7 by 7. Yep, and then resize this one, manually resize it. And now let's try to rotate. We need to rotate the 3D object. You can see here. Okay, so we can rotate it manually, or we can simply type the value. I think this is 90 degrees. So you simply select and then type 90 degrees. There you go. So change the color and make it red. Okay, yep. So there, and then let's try to move it, making sure that it's at the center of our 3D model. Okay, and then moved a little bit lower. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I think it's pretty much the same already. Yeah, I think we need to resize it also. So let's just resize, make it like 5. Also this thing here, it should be 5. There. So now it's proportion. Okay. The next thing to do is we have here the cylinder also here. So we can add another cylinder. Simply select cylinder here and drop, and then resize, manually resize, or you can simply type the value. So maybe that is like around 50 by 50. Yep, I think it's 50 by 50. Yeah, sure. We can just go back to the size later on. Okay, and then of course let's rotate. Here we need to select this one and then type 90 degrees. There you go. And of course, resize one more thing here. Okay, all right. I think this is quite good. And of course, let's move this using our keyboard key. Okay, arrow key, and then there, and then recenter. There. I think it's quite big, so maybe we can resize this. Maybe we can make it like around 35 by 35. 35 by 35, 35 by 35. Also the height should be 35 also. There. So again, let's move our cylinder here. Yep. Okay. A little bit more. Okay. Higher. There. So let's check our sample. Okay. I think it's perfect already. So let's just maybe change the color of this. Okay. There you go. So we have this lens already here. Alright, so going back to our 3D design, you can see there's a black cylinder around here, a black circle here. So let's try to create that one. But you can see also here there's a bigger shape here, a bigger cylinder here. So maybe we can just duplicate this thing. Okay, resized. There you go. And duplicate. Yep, and then resized. And then let's change the measurement. Maybe we can make this 33. Of course, let's make the height to 33 also. Okay, making sure this is proportion. This one should be 33 also. There. So let's recenter this. Okay, we can manually adjust it, or you can simply use the alignment tool later on. Okay, so I think this is okay already. And the next part is we have the block circle here. So again, one more. Okay, duplicate, and then let's move this thing here, resized there, and then we can I think there is a bit of hole here, so meron siyang butas dito. So yeah, pwede nating resize po ito, and then let's say it's 30. Also this one should be 30. Yep. And then recenter, and then moved. Alright, and move it higher. Yeah, so I think we can adjust the size also. Maybe this is 25 here. Okay, then move. There you go, and move also. There. If you are okay with the measurement already, then we can make this as a transparent, and then let's combine, or let's group this one to our 3D object here, and then press Ctrl G in your keyboard, or simply click this icon, and you can see now. Okay, yeah, so let's check our sample 3D design here. Yes, and of course we just simply duplicate this thing again, and then resize, making sure that it should be in black color. You can see here in our screen. So let's duplicate this thing. You click this duplicate, and let's move our 3D object here, resized. And of course, we need to resize this thing. Maybe this is 23 by 23. Let's try 20. Yes, and let's recenter this. Okay. Okay, and then move backwards. And then a little bit lower, I think. Yeah. So there you go. And then let's change the color of this one. Make it, no, not red. This one is black. Okay. So we have here our block object. Okay. So yeah. So that's it. And the last part is there's the same color at the center. So again, let's simply duplicate this thing. Duplicate and move the object, or yeah, move the object and resized. This is let's try 20 by 20, and then change the color, and then again recenter, higher, and then moved. Okay, there you go. So if you're, yeah, I think it's not, yeah, maybe we can change this, make it 18. This one is 18 also. There you go. And you can now recenter everything. There you go. Yep. So let's see our design here. Yeah, we can move this one a little bit here. So yeah, so it's now the same. There's just a little more like a circle shape at the center, but it's okay. Now you can see in my screen there's a shape in here. Okay, rectangular shape. Okay, so let's try to add those shapes. So again, another box here. Resize the box. Yeah, so you can manually resize it. Okay, or you can simply type the measurement and then moved. You can use your keyboard. Okay, I'm using my keyboard right now. There, let's check our sample design. Yep, so maybe smaller. Okay, and another, let's duplicate this thing and use your keyboard and then resize. This one is a bit bigger. There you go. And now let's make this box transparent, and then choose whole, and of course select the two 3D objects and then grouped. There. So yeah, so I think it's Command Z. Let's move this and then select everything. Then sorry, let's make sure this is transparent and grouped. There you go. And the last part, see here. Okay, so I think we need to, yeah, make this transparent also. Select the two objects and then group. There you go. And we missed something here. There is a smaller box inside the speaker box. So let's Command Z first. Let's make sure to create the smaller box first before the bigger box. And then, yep. And then duplicate this thing. Okay. And then, yeah, we can now duplicate this. Select the duplicate and then resize. There you go. Resize. Bigger. Yes. And recenter. So a little bit lower. There you go. And now we can now make this thing transparent. Okay. So select the two objects and then group. There you go. And then the last one here, select the object and then hold your shift key and then select the camera and then group. There. So you can see now it's quite similar to our sample design here. Yep. So all we need to add is the text, the next series text here. Okay. So yeah. Then let's try to add the text. So look for the text here and then rename. Name it as next series. Yep. And let's resize this text. Okay, this is manually resize. And of course, we need to rotate 90 degrees again. There you go. And of course, we need to make sure that this one is located just at the right corner of our camera. Okay. Yes. Okay, a little bit lower here. And then let's change the size. Okay. There. So let's check our sample design here. So there. And then to finalize things, we need to make this text transparent also. So select the object, make it as a whole or transparent, and then select the camera, and then press Ctrl G on your keyboard, or you simply click this icon here. And you can see now our design. It's already embedded in our camera. Okay. So, yep. So pretty much that's our 3D design. I think it's not, yeah. So grouped. There you go. So this is now our final design. As you can see in our sample 3D camera here. So we were able to duplicate the camera. Okay. Now you can change the colors if you want to change. Maybe you can make this yellow. It's up to you. Okay. How about this red? It's up to you. So it's your choice if you want to choose other colors later on. But for the meantime, this is our final output. Now I'm going to show you how can we export this product so that we can we can 3D print it later on. Okay. So let's try to export the product. You simply click export here, and then you can see the different choices, the different extension names. You can see OBJ here, STL, and GLTF. So I'm choosing STL. Okay, now once you click the STL, it will automatically be downloaded in your computer. So you can see here in my computer lower screen. So it's already downloaded. So let's try to open our 3D design. You simply click it, and it's generating. There you go. So this is our final output, wherein you can now 3D print this 3D design. If you have your 3D printer with you, well, you can 3D print this. Okay, so you can also see here different unit of measurements. So it's up to you if you want to change the unit of measurement. Okay, so that is for today. That's all for my topic. I hope you learned something on how can we use 3D, design using Tinkercad, and how can we integrate 3D modeling to support the product of our learners, to support the product of our students later on, to lessen the cost, to lessen the cost of the project. So since we are doing online distance learning, I think it's much it's quite prettier if we use different online simulation tools such as Tinkercad in giving our students. If you want to give our students project later on, then we can use Tinkercad if it's it's 3D design. Okay, so it's up to you on how can you integrate your different subjects using Tinkercad also. So once again, thank you for listening. For you to be able to get updates, the latest updates, please follow us in our YouTube. This is our YouTube channel. It's nextseries.ph. Also, we have our Facebook account. So go to Facebook and type nextseries.ph. And then, again, do not forget to subscribe and click the notification bell for you to be able to be updated on our next series of webinars. Again, I am Dominic Salas, and thank you for listening.